What is up, you guys? Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Let's see. Microphone's good, I'm assuming. Everything sounding good? All right, I'm going to take that as a yes. But, um, yeah, as far as today goes, we had no signals in the chat. Unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, it was a pretty slow day. A lot of the setups we were looking at either happened like right off open with no volume, or they were not setting up the exact way that I would like to see them. So rather than trying to fire off a bunch of shots and see if something sticks, we decided to stay cash for the day and live to see another day. So, no signals in the chat today. Before we get started on the actual charting itself, I do want to say real quick, we do have very important news on Wednesday. If you guys did not already know, we have FOMC announcements at 2 on Wednesday, which could leave the market in a pretty sideways state until then. But yeah, FOMC announcements at 2. Powell speaks at 2:30, and after that we should be good for the week. But as far as today and tomorrow go, I would not be too surprised if we didn't see any crazy price action between now and then. But yeah, that is the news pretty much that we're looking at for the week. And after that, all the news is either before open or we don't have any at all. So pretty solid there. As far as earnings go, we really don't have anything on my watch list other than MU, which has earnings after close on Thursday. But other than that, once again, we are pretty good as far as that goes. We should have a relatively decent week, I'd say. I mean, last time we had FOMC announcements, I want to say that Powell spoke Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is just ridiculous. And obviously, compared to him only speaking right after FOMC announcements, that's fantastic. So at least Thursday and Friday should be clean. But yeah, up until then, we're kind of in the defense mode, making do with what we have, and basically not looking for too much out of each of these trades. Having very realistic targets, very realistic expectations, given the news that we have for the week. Even today's trades, a lot of the trades were just basically looking for the break of our key level and the momentum above or below that. So, yeah. Also, I want to say for all you guys that are not in the floor, if you want to join, click the link first thing in my description down there, and it is a link for a 3-day free trial, so you guys can try it out. Obviously, you have no obligations there if you don't enjoy it, but yeah, give it a try, and I would love to see you guys in there in the mornings. But other than that, now that we've got all that out the way, typical charting session, we're going to go through my watch list A to Z, see what I like for tomorrow, and probably see a lot of stuff that I don't like for tomorrow as well. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. And if you guys have any stocks that you want me to check out, make sure you throw that in the chat. Throw the stock, throw the level you're looking at in there. So if it's some random stock I've never taken a look at before, I'm not just looking at a random chart with nothing there. But yeah. As far as Apple goes, I think I'm going to be all good on this for sure, actually. Airbnb is actually coming up to a decently important resistance level. However, Airbnb rarely ever has any contract volume. So if you guys like to play these super low volume, super widespread contracts, then this 128.17 level doesn't look too bad, but I personally am going to pass on that. Next up, we've got AMD here, and AMD is also coming up to a fairly important resistance level here. We had a very nice breakout today on AMD in the morning, which was actually the stock we were watching off open. There was just not enough contract volume there to warrant taking this trade, but we were looking at this 103.18 level. Obviously, you guys can see it broke out pretty crazy after that, but as far as this goes, what is this high? 106.15. So we have a flat top formed at 106.15 now. I would look to take 106.15 into this 106.60 resistance that we have from the 4-hour. I think that looks pretty solid. I'd most likely be targeting 107 on that. So I am going to leave AMD marked. Amazon, I'm all good. ARM, same story. AVGO, all good. Needs unmarked, actually. Wow, Baidu went insane today. What? Is there news on this? That's very, very interesting. Contract volume was actually pretty solid today, too. So, yeah, I mean, there's really not anything to look at here, unfortunately, but that is a pretty crazy pop that we saw. Coin. Yeah, I'm most likely gonna pass on that as well. See, crowd at 371.72 doesn't look bad either, but once again, it just comes down to that contract volume. Crowd just usually does not have it. So as good as that looks, I'm probably going to have to pass on that as well. It's difficult doing these on FOMC weeks just because of the fact that there's not a whole lot going on. Like, we had some upside movement today, but not really anything playable. It was all just a grind to the upside. So we really don't have any crazy setups as of right now. Disney doesn't look bad at this $100.12. That does not look bad, but looking at the contract volume for the day, everything is just barely above 1,000 in volume. So once again, don't know if that's really worth it or not, but I will mark that because it doesn't look bad as far as a setup goes. Google, you could look at downside here, but I'm all good on that. Meta. So Meta, actually, I would not mind looking at today's low. If Meta has clear weakness, you're going to know it pretty quickly. So, yeah, I don't mind today's low at all. And honestly, our after hours low here doesn't look too bad. Marvel. Let's see. see what's this looking like. Marvel is actually setting up pretty nicely right here at 70.76. So that doesn't look bad. Would not be opposed to that. MSTR, I still really like to the upside here at 298.70. So that's probably going to remain just the same idea as it was today. And if you guys follow me on Threads, well, whether you're in the Discord or whether you follow me on Threads, you know that I post my watch list every single morning. So that was on this morning's watch list. MU has earnings, so we'll pass on that. Nvidia, once again, this after hours low does not look too bad. It really is just going to depend on what the market wants to do between now and market open. So I'll mark that. However, we are basically right there. So Oracle was another one I was looking at today that just kind of blew straight through without having the volume that I would have liked to see from it. But next thing I have on Oracle to the upside is 157.75. I'm really not too interested in today's high, but doesn't look bad at 157.75. PLTR, I'm all good on. PayPal, let's see. Contract volume on PayPal is not bad, except contract pricing on PayPal is dirt cheap, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me, at least. Snow ended up breaking as well. Every time Levon types or like makes a comment, I can already expect there's like a 75% chance that it's not serious. Just buy 10,000 contracts. Sounds good, man. Will do. Let's see. Wow. Has no contract volume right now. All right. And then Tesla is the last thing I've got here at 232.60. This might be a fairly quick stream, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna go ahead and make the whole watch list and everything, so I wouldn't leave yet. We don't have the exact plans finished. However, this is the last thing I'm gonna be looking at. So it really looks like, as far as like really decent setups, we've got AMD. Meta is actually a really decent setup. I just honestly don't expect it to hold this after hours low without either making itself so far away that we're not going to get it, or without breaking it before market open. So Marvel is going to be unmarked because that is not a... Well, I'll leave it marked, actually. I take that back. So we've got AMD for sure, MSTR, Tesla. After that, probably in the side watch, I will have Meta, Marvel, and possibly Nvidia. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty solid. Tessie is my soulmate. Same here, Levon. Always has been. And I hope that it always will be. All right, let's go ahead and we'll just do this top to bottom here. Work our way down. There we are. And change it back to normal. So AMD looking. Jeez. My lord, can I type tonight? Thank you. No, thank you. All right, AMD looking at the 106.15 flat top, targeting and move to the 106.60 break. After that, final target is going to be the break of 107. Solid. Next up, we have Meta here, and Meta, I really like this after hours low better than I even like the low of day. However, once again, I just don't know if it's going to be able to hold that and still remain within the same area. See. Boom. Meta is down. MSTR, I am literally just going to copy and paste from the trade ideas today because nothing is changing. Oh well, I'll just do it this way. Boom. NVIDIA, kind of same story here. I'm going to be looking at 119.17. We have room on this. We actually have a pretty significant amount of room here. But let's see. Yeah. Perfect. Level 3. Wait, what are we talking about? I have no idea what we're talking about, Levon. Discord rank. Oh, am I top 3? About time. Top 3 in my own Discord. To be fair, to be fair, I do the majority of the talking and you guys do the majority of the typing. So, you know, that top 3 rank is all from trade ideas and signals. The Fantastic Four. Oh man. The Oracle is getting cut. Tesla is what we have. All right. See, do we have any trends in between here and there? Wow, we really don't. Okay. Alrighty then. All right. All right, so I guess that is wow. We're done very, very quickly tonight. Jeez. That is really everything I've got for tomorrow, which I guess having 4 trade ideas in general on FOMC week is pretty solid. But yeah, that seems like we got finished up pretty quickly here. Well, given the fact that we got finished up this quickly, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask or you want to turn this into a Q&A, I'm more than happy to hang around with you guys. But here's the watch list for tomorrow. I really don't want to. I could throw like Oracle and some of that stuff on there, but I really don't want to junk up this watch list just because of the fact that it's like FOMC week. I'm typically going into the day thinking about being cash before the day even starts. So the fact that there's 5 trade ideas for tomorrow is already 4 more than I would typically be looking to execute. So I just came across you. Are you a day trader? Introduce yourself. Yes, I am, Amber. I am. My name is Keith. I've been trading for a little over 8 years. And yeah, try and bring you guys the sauce every day. What does FOMC mean? It's basically a very important economic announcement where they're going over like rate cuts, and I can give you actually a better definition if I just look it up. To be honest with you, I really never like read through any of these announcements or anything, but it's basically, like I said, the Federal Reserve, and they are talking about different monetary policies, different like interest rate cuts, stuff like that. And obviously, Powell is the chairman of the Federal Reserve. He speaks right after FOMC is announced, pretty much, well, actually, every time. But basically, what you need to know without knowing too much is that at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, there's going to be a crazy reaction in the market, and you most likely, unless you're a gambling person, do not want to be in any trades. And up until then, there's a very, very high likelihood that the market is just going to be choppy because it's in the process of basically just waiting for these numbers to be released, if that makes sense. Do you like Microsoft 392.71 if we can get back above the 4-hour trend? Let's see. No, I don't. Just from looking at it on the 15-minute, I do not. And I don't like it on the 4-hour either. Oh, we also have quad witching on Friday this week too. So Friday is going to be a pretty important day, but not to the point where you can't take any trades. You just need to be a little bit more cautious with your position sizing and you should be good. But yeah. There you go. Levon copy and pasted the definition into the chat for you guys. If you don't use Robinhood, what do you use to trade? Levy, I use Interactive Brokers for my execution, and I use Thinkorswim by Charles Schwab for my charts. And I would highly recommend, if you are using Robinhood to actively day trade options, I would definitely look into switching. The reason for that is because you have a lot more tools at your hand, and you also have a platform that is way more built for what you're trying to do as far as trading goes. So I would not necessarily recommend jumping straight into Interactive unless obviously you're out of the US. I would recommend starting with Thinkorswim just because of the fact that Interactive is fantastic as far as their customization goes on execution buttons and all that type of stuff. But compared to TOS, their fees are pretty ridiculous. Like just for real-time data on Interactive, it's like $100-something a month. And then the fees, as far as commissions go, are a little bit more expensive than TOS. Where on TOS, you have, in my opinion, the best charts in the game for completely free. Level 2 data, real-time market data, all that is completely free. So, yeah. I personally think that's the best move for beginners, or not even beginners, but people with accounts that are smaller than, let's say, 5K. I think Thinkorswim is fantastic. Personally, I've never used it to execute for a long period of time just because I always used E-Trade before I switched over to Interactive. And I always used E-Trade because you have to be 21 to have Interactive, and I was not 21 for the vast majority of the years that I've been trading. In fact, I've only been old enough to have Interactive for a little under 2 years now. So, yeah. But I always used E-Trade because they had the E-Trade Pro platform that I really, really liked. But once they got rid of that, it just so happened to be right around the time I was turning 21, and I got to switch over to Interactive. Look like you're still in high school. I mean, yeah, kind of, I guess. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Thinking about buying short-term puts on Tesla, good move or not? So, if you look at Tesla for the past few weeks here, you can see that Tesla's been extremely weak. And honestly, if I was a swing trader, I would probably look to do the same, but I personally would just rather take my trades during the day and know that I have full control over my position the entire time that I'm trading. So, honestly, I still think Tesla has plenty of room to the downside. It's still every single day, even on the green days, has been showing a extreme amount of weakness every single day. So, yeah, I mean, I really don't think that's a bad idea at all, Amber, just because of how weak Tesla's been. Not even like, not even taking any setups into account. Tesla has just been so weak that, yeah, I think you've probably got a pretty good bet there. Sorry if you guys hear a bunch of noise in the background. My dog is chasing his tail in his crate right now. So, Levon, last time you guys saw the dog, he was still small enough that I could pick him up. I mean, I can still pick him up, but he's quite a bit bigger now. Actually, if I get 5, there's 11 people in here. If I get 5 people that say they want to see the dog, I'll get him out. How about that? All right, all right. We've got 3. We only need 2 more. Levon's calling on everyone right now. He's voting and says yes. All right. Husband is the deciding factor. Get him out. Young Draco Trades making another appearance. Buddy, come here. Come here. The people want to see you, dude. The people want to see you. Oh my. You're not looking at the camera, dude. He's not camera trained yet, but we'll get him there. All right, all right. Time to go back. Time to go back. Or actually, you know what? Go do your thing. You're good. But, all right. Hey, whoa. Whoa. All right, cool. What do I think about Hood? Let's see. Typically, I don't think much about Hood. I mean, we've got a bull flag forming here, but nothing that I would play personally. What makes Robinhood not good for trades? Because your watch list prints money on there. I mean, my watch list is going to print money on any brokerage platform. But what makes it not so great compared to the rest would be the fact that you just have later fills. Contract prices are not always the best. Yeah, I mean they're really not engineered to be a quick trading type of platform. You've got to go through way more steps to You've got to go through way more steps to get to your execution process. I don't know. Overall, it's just not very scalper friendly, I guess would be the best way to put that. Also, yeah, they tell you that you're getting no commissions, but you think they're not making any money at all. They're basically taking your money on the back end rather than just charging you a commission and letting you take your trade that way and getting the fill that you should be getting. Remember when I was on Robinhood? Yes, I do. I do, Levon. Yeah. So Levon, firsthand experience there. You were on Robinhood. After you switched, was there a noticeable difference? Huge difference. Yeah. So, um, Levy or Levi or however you say your name, I would highly recommend at least opening a Thinkorswim account. Whether you put any money in it or not, I would highly recommend at least opening one just to try it out. And you can try it out with paper trading as well. You don't even have to put real money into it yet if you don't want to. Yeah, for sure. For sure, Levy. US felt weird at first, but got used to it. Yeah, I mean, it's any brokerage platform you're going to switch to is going to feel a little weird at first, but I don't know why I keep saying your name is Levy. It's definitely Levi, right? Or am I crazy? You have a YouTube video on day trading 101. Amber, I do not. However, I would not be opposed to making one. You should try DOS. You can connect it with TOS and the fills are amazing. Um, I would consider it, Levon. I've looked at it in the past, but I really haven't looked into it that much. Yeah, from what I've seen of it, the level 2 and tape is like super on point. Yeah, yeah, I would not be opposed to making that video at all. I really don't have very many videos on my channel at all right now. Mainly just the charting sessions and then a couple of vlogs, which are just for fun. But um, the only video that I actually have coming out anytime soon that I have planned at least is just another vlog. Nothing crazy, but building my setup and doing all that jazz. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. Levon, I also would not be opposed to doing that. However, uh, Gabe is my friend that I've been teaching to trade, and he's already in the chat. So, like, kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. Another one. I don't think that there's any others that are interested, to be honest with you. That's what I'm saying, Levon. But honestly, I think that's fine. If they're not interested, that's cool. That's good for them. It's not for everybody, and it's definitely not something to be forced into. So I'm never going to be the person to force anyone into it. However, if you ask me about it and you want to learn, I'm more than happy to help. You locate all of the levels on the 1 hour. No, I always start out on the larger time frame, so I'll start out on the 4 hour and work my way down. Sometimes whenever I've looked at the 4 hour on everything within the last like hour or so, maybe I'll just go on the 1 hour and see what looks best. But yeah, I'm typically always looking at the 4 hour to start off with. AMD signal was up 300 plus today on Robinhood. Nice, Levi. Did you take that? Because I didn't end up taking that. There was no, I mean, there was contract volume. There was just no solid contract volume, which is another reason why I would say you might want to transition off of Robinhood, because if you took that, that's cool. I'm happy that that played out, and it was a super clean move on the stock. but the contracts had no volume by the time we got to that level. So I ended up skipping that trade. Been stuck in contracts because of that. Please be careful. Yeah, for sure. Wait, Levi, did you take that? Or were you just looking at contracts? All right. I feel like I've pulled this up and then backed out of it multiple times. But for those of you that are not in the floor, make sure you screenshot this, get these levels plotted on your charts, get them planned for tomorrow. Draco, come here. Or not. Yeah, but make sure you get these levels plotted on your charts. Get your plans ready for tomorrow. And don't be too quick to jump the gun, guys. It is, once again, a pretty news packed week and nothing that we have to rush. I would much rather stay cash every single day this week than be red. So, yeah, I would highly, highly recommend throwing these on your watch list, throwing them on your charts. You can just take a screenshot of it if you're not in the floor. If you are in the floor, I'm going to send it to the lessons tab right after we get done here. And if you are not in the floor and want to join, click that first link in the description. Sign up for the free 3-day trial. And yeah, you guys can join right away, trade with us on a daily basis. And I hope to see you guys there in the morning. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging around. I hope you have a good rest of your night and a good rest of your week if I don't see you